One thing I want to do this year is break down the film of everybody that the Browns draft. I want to do this so I have a good understanding of what these players do well, what they don't do well, what we see translate to them in the preseason, and just get a better idea of what this journey has looked like for the player and getting a baseline based on what their college tape looks like. Now, depending on the player, where they played at school, different rules when it comes to copyright strikes on YouTube. So there are going to be some guys that I break down and they look normal, right? The tape looks normal. I don't have to adjust it in any way to get around the copyright system. There are going to be some guys who I got to do some funkiness, right? It's going to look a little bit like this. So understand that if you see the more funky looking version of this, that is because that is the only way I can get this video out in its best form to the public. So keep that in mind during this whole series. But let's look at some tape here. We're going to be looking at Mason Graham's tape here. The Browns' number 5 overall selection. First selection of the night. They traded back from 2 to 5, got an extra first, an extra second for their troubles, and they got this player. And look, now that we're away from the disappointment of not getting Travis Hunter, even though we all thought we were going to get Travis, we can now appreciate what Mason Graham brings to the table. And he brings a lot to the table. If you watch me for any period of time, you know I love edge rushers, I love 3-techs, and I love guys who can kick ass on the line of scrimmage, right? Offensive line, defensive line, linebacker. If you can whip ass on the line of scrimmage, you're one of my guys, right? JOK, loved them, right? Whip ass on the line of scrimmage type of guy. And what we have with Mason Graham is a ass whooper on the line of scrimmage. Flexible guy, versatile guy. Don't let his body type fool you, right? Because he's built like a center or a guard, right? I think that's the one thing that throws people off. He not only is built like a center or a guard, he wear the number 55. He got center guard swag, right? Like he does not look like appearance-wise Quinn Williams, right? But the effect could be similar. So if you're not subtracting aura points from Mason Graham, I think you're going to see a really fun player here. Going to be super easy to point out who Mason Graham is. I don't feel the need to highlight him. He's the only white dude wearing number 55 on the defensive line. He plays for Michigan. So if you're lost, he don't look like everybody else out there. And you're going to be able to tell once the tape starts rolling what Mason Graham is. But enough gushing. Let's look at what he does. I got some stuff that I like about him in the pass and run game. Couple clips of things I think he needs to improve. But let's start with his pass rushing skills. This versus Ohio State. And if you're a Buckeye fan, you are familiar with Mason Graham in more ways than one. Watch him here. Good bend on the twist, right? This is the kind of athleticism you're getting here. Now, again, that's number 0 from Michigan that he's doing this twist with. It's going to be a bit of a different result when it's Myles Garrett and the attention shifts. But look how fast he can flash from point A to point B, get to his spot, and then look at the bend there. The ability to plant the right foot right here, boom, and then cut a real sharp angle. So he has really good bend for a guy his size, and he's real flexible. He's real moldable, right? Plant, get the step there. Will Howard gets rid of this ball quickly. Not much of a rush on the other side. If you just want to see how smooth Mason Graham runs here, look at how inelegant number 78 looks on the other side, doing the exact same thing, right? Like number 78, that looked like a big man trying to cut a corner. 55, he nice and smooth with it, right? Boom, foot plant, cut. You see the right tackle then fell to his ankle. Looked like he got his ass, he got his pants around his ankles right now. Boom, fell to the ground. That's what Mason Graham would do to you. 78, he looked like big man running. That is the difference in athleticism. Mason Graham is an athlete there at the defensive tackle position. Quick hands, real moldable guy. He's real flexible. All right, let's go to the next clip here. Again, you know where Mason Graham is. You know what to look for. Between 77 and 70. They run this ball towards him. It's a bad idea. right? And again, he's always in control. Even when you have hands on him, Mason is always in control, right? 70 gets hands on him. He's moving down the line. He's looking. He knows there's a back cut lane there for Travion. Travion takes it. He feels it. Just real solid play there. All right. Another one here. Look at this. Woo! The hands. The man wrestled. He was a wrestling state champion. Now, again, some guys wrestle, they're not that good, right? So I don't think wrestling is an automatic, you're going to be good at football type thing, but it's how you apply it to the football field, and this is an applying situation right here. Look at that. Boom, boom. What's that? Right hand, smack, swim with the left. Ooh, smooth. 78, big clumsy ass, get in the way, just trying to bull. And again, you want to see how smooth Mason Graham is in the athlete. Watch him next to 78. Watch how inelegant it looks for everybody else. And then how just smooth like butter he is, man. Buttery smooth defensive tackle. This from a standing position against Ohio State. Again, going up against 77. So he's at a standing rush position. I think he's playing 4-eye here. Is that inside? It's still wide, 3T. But look at this. Oh, my God. Gets the long arm from the guard and just demolishes that. Look, catches the arm with his right hand. Look at that. Catches the arm, and then with the other hand, really sound, swipes and gets out of the way. Violent hands. You want to see a guy with violent hands, right, at the defensive tackle position. Boom, violent hands. And then again, he could cut a real sharp angle on the interior. Will does a good job getting rid of this ball. Nobody else gets pressure. But again, in Cleveland, it ain't going to be number 0 from Michigan rushing there. It's going to be Myles Garrett. And guess what? You get this kind of pressure up the middle and Myles Garrett's coming the other way, you probably got yourself a sack here in the NFL. The rare prospect whose life might get easier in the league. Because it's just a two-way go win here. Boom, boom. Another one, you know what to look for. Mason Graham here, right between the guard and the center. No. Tackle and guard on the right side. Nice little bull rush. And again, this is what I mean. This dude he's never in control by whatever offensive lineman is on him. He's always able to get to where he wants to get to, even when he's engaged. Like, he just is really good at wrestling out of leverage. This is an example of it, right? 77 gets hands on him. He just swipes him off, and then boom. Look at that. That was a nice bend there, too. Let me bring that back here. It's a nice bend. So, release, hands off, plant, and then look how he cuts a sharp angle. He beats the athlete to the quarterback. It's pretty good. All right, it's not national championship, national semifinal game, Rose Bowl 2023. So this is young Mason here. Oh, yeah. There's use for you on my football team, 5-5. Oh, my God. Look at that. BGO just got off the ball. And then the rip inside. And then look at the bend to stay where he wants to. You might be watching that thinking that shit's not difficult. That shit's difficult, man. Look how out of control 94 is. Again, if you ever want to know how talented Mason Graham is, watch out the guys on this defensive line. Look, 94 is not in control like that. He's stumbling over his feet. Mason Graham just got what? 52 big ass right on his hip? Nothing. Big man. Another one here. He's on the left side now. Look at the fucking bend here, man. Look at the bend. Look at the bend. I'm getting excited. Man. I'm getting excited. I'm glad we got this dude at 5. All right. So right here, look at the bend. Mason Graham. Hands on him. And then look at that. This is 315 pounds. Bend in the corner. Woo. Now, I know people are going to see big man, he's a chubby build for sure, and think to themselves, "Oh my God, this is Danny Shelton all over again." No, Danny Shelton was never moving like this. If Danny Shelton moved like this, he'd be in the league still. He'd be Vita Vey. Okay. If Danny Shelton moved like Mason Graham, he would be Vita Vey. No, Mason Graham moves like what I think somebody said in Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vey. I think his floor in the NFL is DJ Reader. Like, that's the worst he can be, is be DJ Reader, and DJ Reader is a beast. At a similar size as Mason Graham. But again, look at this bend, dog. Look at this. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say bend is the ability to, when you're being pushed away from the pocket, your ability to anchor and cut an angle towards a pocket, even though there's leverage pushing you away. And watch how Mason cuts a sharp-ass angle here. There's 4 hands on him. Look at that. I mean, that's an edge rusher bend right there. Almost fought through 2 guys. And again, man, he's not going to get doubled in the NFL because Myles is there. So this is just one half of the equation. You got Myles. You can send Schlesinger. If we get JOK back, you can send him A-gap up the middle. I mean, this is going to open up a world of opportunities here. Look at this bend. This is ridiculous. And the power in the bend. He moved 76 while bending. Look at this shit, man. He moved them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this guy's good at football. This guy's good. All right. Where's 55 at? Is he on the 8? Is he what? He's one gap. I'm not one gap, but he's one tacking right now, right? Over the center. Oh! Woo! We gotta play that one back. If you want to know where Mason Graham is, look at 79. There he is. Oh! Talk about power. Mason. Oh yeah. That's real nice. Boy, this is crazy, bro. He's in midair right now. I'm gonna zoom in on this shit. Look at this, man. Wait a minute. Let's go back. We gotta see. What? Snap the ball in the ice. Play the Titanic music on this shit. That's great. Hey, I wonder if you. I wonder what was going through 79's head when this went down. Because I bet it's like, hey, I bet you're wondering how I got here. It's a long week. Like the movie Pause. Oh, my goodness. Oh. And he wasn't injured, too. That's the crazy part. You would think you fall like that, you popped your Achilles or something. Nah, homie got up. That's crazy. He made him do push-ups. That's crazy, bro. It's insane. It's Jonah Mahim, too. People thought that was the best center in this class. And just, yeah, that killed right here. This killed his stock. If you're wondering what happened to Jonah Mahim's stock, this is what killed it right here. This play. No, nah. Not drafting him. Oh, my goodness. Wow. All right, here's Mason Graham again. This poor center. He's got fucking worked all game, man. Yeah. I mean, that's one of his better reps against him. Right here. Watch. He switches over to him. Mason hits him with the bull. Disregards him. Quarterback helps him out by resetting the pocket. Great job by Miller Moss there. More pressure comes in. and it doesn't matter. Mason's still aware, makes the big play there. Whew. Woo! You see my man swim? Look at that shit. Smooth. If he's this smooth in the NFL, dog, like, I don't know who really to compare it to, but it's a buttery smooth game he has. It just swims through. I mean, that's one hell of a job. Like, didn't even get touched. Look at that. Like, it's like he is just, he's like oiled up or something. Like, he's slippery. Slide through. Yeah, he just says, I'm getting rid of this. Yeah, he saw 55 looking dead at him with nobody in between. Said, nah, fuck this. I'm throwing that on the ground. I don't blame him because this is crazy. This is crazy. This is another one. Luckily, a penalty gets caught. 77 just gets whipped. Shoot. What you gonna do about that, man? What you gonna do about that? Here's 55 again versus Washington. It's so easy, man. Like, again, look at 78. Look. This is what football looks. Watch 78. You want to see how, like, good Mason Graham is. Watch the other defensive tackle. That's what it normally looks like. What 55 is doing is not what it normally looks like. You look at 78, okay, you got a hand on you. You're going to release outside. You can't just whip the guy away. You got inside leverage on you. It's over with. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, cool. 55, shoot. Oh, and then the bend. Oh, my God. Look at that. Disregards him, beats him with the hand fighting. Guy still has a hand on his hip trying to push him away. He's trying his hardest to push this man away from the line. And he's just not going anywhere. The bend is incredible. Oh, almost got a strip sack. Yeah, this is going to be filthy. Oh, yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. Nah, that's just a big boy rush right there. Right? We've seen all this cute hand wipe shit. Nah, this is pure ass whip right here on the guard. Just get out. Yeah, this dude's good. You know what? I don't love that I don't have Travis Hunter on this team or Abdul Carter. I'll admit it. I wanted one of those two. But I ain't going to be mad about having this dude on the football team. This dude's good. We're still only in the pass rush reps. I didn't even show y'all the run game stuff. Look at this. Woo! That's a defensive tackle, ladies and gentlemen. You wonder about the motor, right? Big guy. I remember Jordan Davis, the big thing about him, he doesn't play a lot of snaps. He doesn't have a motor. Ended up being a big problem for an NFL, right? Some of these guys who are physical marvels, you wonder why they don't play more snaps. All right, Mason Graham, does he have a motor? Play gets made at the opposing 10. Who's there but 55? Again, look at the motor. This is a 315-pound man. I know he weighed in at 300 pounds at the combine. He said himself he played at 315. He will play at 315 in the NFL. 315-pound man. Running, making the final tackle. He beat a corner there. Again, another demonstration of the motor here. Just never gives up on the play. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. He's just fighting through guys, gets double teamed here. 77 and 73 double team him, right? They just clamp down on him, right? Chest, head bump, shoulder check. They try to push him on his ass. He stays on his feet, follows, finds the fucking runner. Oh, man. Oh, this is good. This is fun. Crashes right into a double team, right? Quarterback runs here. He's running his ass off. He's running his ass off. He's there on the tackle. There's no reason. He could have gave up. He could have been one of the very many fat guys who said, nah, I ain't got him. Right? Look again. If you want to see just how good Mason Graham is, watch 78. 78 is a pretty normal defensive tackle. Is that Kenneth Grant? If it's Kenneth Grant, he's pretty normal, right? Mason Graham is excellent. So 78, he gets to his rush. Quarterback runs by him. I'm tired. I'm a gear down. I'm a stop. Nah, not Mason. Mason started this play further than him. Got doubled. Still ran. Shoot, man. Yeah, give me that guy. Give me that guy. Give me that guy on the team right now. Super young, too. Really good football player. Y'all want to see the run game stuff? Because this is stuff I like a lot, too, here. Let's see Rick Mason in the run game real quick. Ohio State. He just demolishes whatever his run assignment was right here. So, you got your fits here. They run one over the C gap where the ball goes. But part of the reason this play is being able to be made is this run's supposed to go to A gap. Let me try to draw it on screen for y'all. Where is my mouse? There it is. Yeah, so this run play is designed to go downhill. You could tell because look at the position. They're on the 1 yard line. They're not going to design something that goes all the way out here, right? So they're trying to go into this gap. Watch how Mason blows this play up. Again, this is what I call a hellraiser in the run game, right? Maybe you're not making every tackle, but you're sure as hell creating the opportunity. So Mason, double team, blows it up. Boom. He fills the gap right here. Quishon sees it, goes, oh, shit. Like, I got to cut to the C. So he cuts, and then boom, one right there. This is also the kind of stuff when you're like, oh, well, you need defensive tackles for your linebackers to be successful. Well, this is what we mean when we say that. Because what Mason Graham does here is he creates a wide open lane to be filled by that linebacker. So all he has to do is shed one down block because Mason's taken two. And because Mason makes him cut, it puts one right in position to make the play. Again, who made him cut? Mason. That's the helmet that's right there. That's what forced the cut right there. Mason did. You don't get a stat for that. Yeah, I know people are going to pull up stat sheets, try to tell you, oh, it's a waste of a pick. He only had 3 sacks last year. I don't give a damn about any of that at defensive tackle, right? Are you a hellraiser? Here's what I know about Mason Graham. When Nick Saban played him, he said that's one of the best defensive tackles he went against. When coaches talk about Michigan, they talk about 55 first, right? That tells you everything you need to know. This dude's a hellraiser. He just breaks your game plan. I mean, right here, right? This is what I mean. This guy's so slippery. That's where he uses that wrestling ability, right? 77's trying to hold him there. They get a little chip block. Then he just sees Will Howard run to him. He gets off that block real easy. Another one here. Look, he's never not in control, right? This was at the center of the guard. Yeah, this guard thinks he's got him in control. Oh, I'm going to move him, all this shit. Nah, makes the cut. There's Mason Graham right there. Right there. Again, that's just a tackle, right? That's just a tackle on the stat sheet. But that's basically a TFL to me. And you look about how this Browns defense last year struggled to force teams to and long situations. This is a guy who's going to help you force an and long situation too. Look at how this guy just gets to where he needs to get to. No matter who's on him, no matter what hands are there, double team right here, still slips through. This guy's a capital F football player, man. Whew. Right here, 77. over 77, gets to 75. Damn, bro. Oh, that was nasty. That was disgusting what he did to 75. Look at this shit. Engage, disengage, and then he shrugged him off. And again, he doesn't get a credit for a tackle here, right? But he damn sure should, right? He should get an assist or something, because look at that. Fills the gap, forces the cut. Quid was trying to take this up the gap. You see 67, he's up on the second level, on the linebacker. If Mason Graham were a pedestrian, this would be a big play, right? Because the idea is, with this play, Ohio State's trying to run, down block, pull second level, boom. Get up north, touchdown. And it probably would have worked. But Mason's not a normal player. Mason's a game breaker. So what happens? 75, tries to get up there, doesn't get the leverage. Matter of fact, Mason Graham fills the gap. Oh, got to get out of there. Got to abandon it. And now what you got to do? Run right to an open spot where somebody's right there. That was 20 yards. Now it's 0. That's a 20-yard TFL to me, man. Look at this. Ridiculousness. Woo, just slips up off of him. And again, y'all, the bend. Look at how sharp he cuts this angle. Plant, and then that was a 90-degree angle at 315 pounds. Yeah, this is a top 5 prospect in this draft class. For sure. Against Alabama, it's Jalen Milroe. Look at it, just slips through. You got to search for who was on him. 77. Dude. There's so many plays like this too. I had to stop because I was like, hey man, if I get 3 more games worth of tape in this thing, it's going to be a 40-minute breakdown, and that's too long. Look at this, man. And this is him sophomore year. Dude. Yeah, just don't run at him. He's going to get off that block. This is double team too. Releases. Tackle. Oh, yeah. 52 on him. Releases, tackle. He's always in control. Man. Mason's always in control, dude. This poor damn 77. This whole USC offensive line got the business, man. Oh, don't run at him. Right? Where's 55 at again? And look, let's look at some of the other guys so you can just see how special this guy is, right? Because on this play, look how hard it is for everybody else to release. It's so easy for him, man. Look at 26. 26 is trying his damnedest to get released here, right? He gets locked up. Can't get out. I look at Mason Graham release. It's like he's playing a different sport. Just easy. Oh, you're here? All right, I'm out. I got him. That's a tackle for loss. Again, look how easy it is for this man to release, man. And look how silly he makes these guards look. Look at this. Oof. Big shout out to Kenneth Grant got in there. All right. So you're probably pretty excited about him right now if you've been watching this film breakdown. There are a couple things. One of the things I think gets blown out of proportion with him, he slips and falls sometimes. He's a little clumsy. As gifted as an athlete he is, sometimes he loses his equilibrium. This is a time here where my man falls, right? But can't really blame him because he got double teamed here. And not just double teamed, yet with full momentum. Sometimes he slips and falls. Right here, I think another one where he got chipped pretty hard here. This is more Travion Henderson's pretty awesome than Mason Graham's. He's clumsy because Yeah, that's just a hell of a shoulder block, man. But, you can get him to trip and fall. You could topple him over with the right double team if you well place it. But I'm going to be honest with you. With Myles on the defensive line with him, it's going to be hard to do that. That's Mason Graham, man. If you were worried that the Browns traded back so far they got a pedestrian, you don't have to worry. That guy's not a pedestrian prospect. We'll see what he turns into in the NFL, but if he's anything like he is in college, he's going to be a difference maker on the defensive line. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Y'all have a great day. Have a better night. Peace.